Let's drop that old one that we used to do back in the days.
What's up, people?
What up, dude?
What's up, Detroiters? Welcome to
The People Mover podcast,
where every week we discuss everything from living in Detroit, life experiences, dating and relationships, and much, much more.
We explore the power of social connection through conversation. We literally want to move the people.
It's your host, Miracle, with our other host,
Malcolm Elliott. And we are here with a very special guest today. Let's go ahead and introduce yourself. Tell people what you do and where you're from.
Yo, how y'all doing? It's me, Escada Gordon, aka Darklord. I'm a writer, satirical artist, all around just creative, designer. I do it all, honestly.
Okay. Well, thanks for coming on the podcast. Let's get a round of applause for that. This is episode
10.
The tension.
Oh my God. The tension.
The 10.
Honestly.
Yeah, when niggas owe you money, be like, how much you owe me? Like the tension. You like the 10. That's 10.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Is it Detroit nigga shit?
Damn. I'm not even really from Detroit.
Every week we
Cancel
come back and we educate Miracle on more Detroit nigga shit.
Oh my God. Okay, right. But this is a big milestone, honestly, for us.
10, episode 10. And then to have you on the episode, to be the 10th one, man, hey, everything happened for a reason. So
Way back, dog.
I'm happy to be here. So, man, Escada. So
Where
tell
are
me.
you from?
Yeah, so you from the G?
Yeah.
What side?
What's that?
West side, the best side. Y'all heard it here first, man. Hey.
Boo, again.
Again.
I'm an East Sider.
She just moved to East Jeff. She don't even know. She went back.
Were you born and raised here?
Yeah.
Okay.
I love Detroit. Detroit is such a cultured city. You know, it's crazy, but it's amazing at the same time.
Right. And it's very like artsy also, which is like kind of what you said you did.
Mm-hmm. And golfed, super golfed.
Super.
Super.
Darklord, honestly.
Darklord Escada. So I always want to ask you, is Escada your real name?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know if that was like a artist name or like a real name. Does Escada, what does it mean? Does it stand for something?
It's Portuguese for ladder.
Oh.
Interesting.
Kind of goes with my whole name. You know?
Okay.
Yeah, it's a ladder close to Allah.
Ah. That's so cool, actually.
Enlightened.
Mm-hmm.
I do feel enlightened now.
No, right.
So
explain what exactly you do.
Well, I started off in music. That's how I met this guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I started off in music. That was going crazy. That was real fun. Got a lot of like traction from that, and it got to a point where I wanted to make money. I was getting paid off shows here and there, and I was like, I was doing my own cover art and everything like that. And then I started doing cover art for other artists in the city and doing flyers for the events that I was also in. So I was getting paid to do the flyers that I'm also involved in. So after that, I got into like doing art shows and things of that nature. And yeah, I've been going ever since. And I started using my voice a lot within my mediums. So I started doing like satire, comic strips. And,
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And just like talking, connecting with influential individuals who have voices as well, you know, and just elevating that. Mm-hmm.
What would you say is like your proudest moment being an artist? Like what is something that you're really proud of that you've done?
To be honest, the coolest thing to me personally, Carl Jones. Carl Jones, if you don't know who Carl Jones is the creator of the Boondocks, co-creator of the Boondocks. And one of my OGs, she was plugging me in with a lot of the cartoonists and black creatives that's like big in the industry type beat. I didn't know at the time that she was plugging me into his mythos and his realm and things like that.
Okay.
And I had messaged him because he had liked something. Now I was like, let me get on top of this before, we can't really connect again. So I messaged him and he was like, bro, I've been a fan of your work for the longest. He was like, I was like, oh, hell yeah. Like as a cartoonist, a black cartoonist, a writer, you know what I'm saying? That was a big moment for me because I'm like getting recognized by somebody I've idolized since I was a little kid.
Fact.
Right.
That was just a big moment.
Damn, that's what's up.
Yeah, that and then when Kid Cudi shouted out my first project.
Oh, okay.
That was
Man. And what was the title of the first one?
at the time it was in his demo stage. It was a hippie guy. I
Okay.
used to have the dreads, weed smoker, all that aesthetic.
You gave that up?
Not the weed,
I was like,
That's
but the
hilarious.
dreads and everything you see on bald is bald. I've had every hairstyle you can think of though for a black guy. I've been had long flowy hair. I had the dreadlocks. I had ponytails. You know what I'm saying? I had the high top fades. I had the,
God, I need to see all of these
The
stages. I
bobs,
can't even
all that.
imagine. it.
No, I see the drip. We about to pull out the microphone, but like, give me a fit check. What we got going on here? Because I see what you got going on. I see the tattoos. So I didn't peep your head was tatted. Okay,
oh,
damn.
yeah.
Oh yeah, damn! Did that hurt?
No, I love that. It feels so good.
You loved it. It's crazy with the needle. When people say they love tattoos, I'm like, do you actually really?
It's like a massage, like a really deep tissue massage.
Like, I just don't believe it.
You have tattoos though.
I do, and it hurt like a bitch. That's what I
Okay.
mean. Like,
I don't have
shit
none.
hurt.
How many tattoos you got?
I got like maybe 27, maybe more.
Tat it up. Tat it
All
up.
right.
It's a good number,
That
actually.
nigga yadded.
Yeah.
That nigga yadded up.
Right. So, like, you were always into art, even when you were little.
I didn't know I was into art when I was little. It was more of something I would do at home. I do a little bit at school,
Right.
but I was primarily in the streets till I was probably like, 22,
Okay.
21.
How old are you now?
I am about to be 30 in December.
Okay.
Yeah. So, like, I just didn't have too many outlets to really venture off into art. So, I got
Right.
into art when I got into college. So, I was always drawing and making music and doing, like, stuff like that behind closed doors. But a lot of my peers in school and stuff, they didn't know none of this stuff. So, when
Right.
I started just dropping it all out, people was like, "Scott, I didn't even know you barely, like, be talking in school." So
Right,
I'm like,
exactly.
That's right.
like, it's just I feel like that's one of those weird stigmas for black youth that they're not able to express, especially from our time. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The '90s babies and like to early 2000s, like just not being able to express in school. So I really just start saying fuck it and taking it off and just
Yeah. Now you can kind of express yourself through your work, and everyone can kind of see that. That's really cool.
indeed.
Did you watch like cartoons growing up? Like, did you get inspired by some of the cartoons you were watching?
I was a big adult. I was a big Cartoon Network kid. Completely.
I like Nickelodeon.
You're the ops.
I
You're
could
the
tell.
ops. Yeah, we knew that about you. When you said when we said West Side and you didn't agree with us, we knew that you liked
From that
Nickelodeon.
moment on.
From that moment,
Hey,
But I'm not
Nickelodeon
gonna
had
say-
some
Henceforth.
bangers.
Nickelodeon
please.
did have bangers.
it did have
Thank
bangers.
you.
No
But
lie.
Thank you.
Nickelodeon is
So
a
did Cartoon Network.
personality with the viewership. I'm gonna tell you that for sure. Cause like with your Cartoon Network kids, you get a lot of more edgy humor. You get a lot more cringe factors. With your Nickelodeon, it's more like cute, gross out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Teen dramas and stuff like that. you know?
Exactly. That's true, actually. It is kind of like a different field.
And Disney is just like the clean cut version of all of that.
Yeah, actually. That's
Cartoon
true.
Network is a little more morbid. I feel like than Disney Channel.
What was that?
and
Is it Adult
Nickelodeon.
Swim or whatever?
Adult Swim
was that a
yeah,
Cartoon
after
Network?
Cartoon Network. Yeah,
Yeah.
like
That was
After
pretty
Dark,
gory.
basically.
That's when it got kind of.
Adult Swim
Yeah.
had the shit though.
Yeah.
Adult Swim had the shit.
If it
no
wasn't for
lie.
Adult Swim, you wouldn't have a lot of like artists like today, like people like, for example, like Tyler Creator. They gave him an opportunity to even grow as an artist. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So it's like, and Adult Swim, they featured me on Black History Month too. I always forget about that.
That's what's up.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. Freaking,
We're doing big things out here.
Literally.
we trying to keep doing big things. Like being on y'all podcast, this is a big moment for me.
We appreciate that.
Yeah.
We 10, baby. We 10.
Yeah, you get
what's-
to
Is there any certain like message that you try to put out in any like all your artwork and mediums, like that you try to promote to like people who are specific fans of Escada?
I feel like I got a multitude of messages that come through my medium because I have a lot of perspectives on just like life and just growing as an individual and having multitudes of perspectives. I feel like if anything, that is my message, is to have a variety of perspectives on one situation, you know. because I'm a satire. I'm a satire artist. So it's like I'm constantly trying to get you involved in information that you may not have paid attention to if I didn't explain it in this facet.
That's real.
That makes sense. I was gonna ask you about like some lessons you've learned that you would like if it was like an upcoming artist. Like, what are some things you've overcome maybe that you would give advice on?
Go stupider.
What if like how do you handle like rejection, for
that.
example? Like, are you like, oh, what if they don't like?
I mean,
You
that's
know, my
always
work.
been my life. So it's kind of like the sense of rejection or not being accepted or, being misunderstood or like my name, Darklord. I am a very
Right.
light individual, but nonetheless, the name is stuck. That was a good choice on the wrong Halloween. But
Right.
yeah, it's just the balancing of rejection that never really bothered me because it's like it's gonna come anyway. I've always been an indifferent
Right.
individual.
Mm.
Do you take like constructive or unconstructive criticism? Well,
I
or
take all criticism,
really?
for real. Like I hear when even though I have a disagreement with them, I hear you full on. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to because that's information. I like information. I like
Right.
taking it in. I like reorganizing it so I can understand it, and then I can also redigest it. You know what I'm saying to people.
It's interesting.
Speaking of like, I don't want to say rejection, but like we are on this podcast, we constantly go back and forth about the dating pool and the status of it and whether it's pee in it or not. And so we wanted to ask you, are you currently you tricking or are you out the streets? You got the jersey because it is cuffing season. We are
That is
deep
true.
into cuffing season now. And so where are you at?
Sheesh, God, you ask some real crazy questions.
This the People Move podcast,
Good.
man. We gotta ask the tough stuff, man.
I'm honestly, I've never been in the street. I'm a real recluse. You can ask my homie right here. He sees me. What I do all day, I sit on my phone, playing with dogs, and just like goofing on just cartoons, animations, and looking up random facts and stuff.
Right.
Like I have like I don't have, yeah, I just don't be in the streets. People assume that I am in the streets. I get it, look at me. I look like a guy that would for sure be in the streets,
Literally,
But
the
I-
artsy men.
The
Yeah.
artsy man.
I was
In a
raised by
way.
my great grandparents though, so it was kind of like the looseness was never something that came to mind because I'm like they are in a stable relationship for over freaking 90 years. So
Yeah.
it's why would I want to be in a situation to where I can't be in that too? That was my whole like my pedestal view. I'm like
And so you're not chasing, you attracting. That's what you're saying. You saying you focusing on what you like to do, and the ones that come around just come around. Is that
Now,
what
I
you're
do
saying?
like talking. I like talking and speaking to people in general.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Which is a contrast from what you said earlier, because you said in school you were
Yeah.
very like shy.
I had to break out of that.
And I'm like, okay, so you're extroverted, you would say now.
Yeah, it's definitely way more extroverted. Even though sometimes I go into social settings and it don't really hit for me personally. It's just because you just see a bunch of people on their phones, a
lot of
bunch of
people say
people
that.
in their cliques, and I either come by myself. I might bring a friend. I might ditch my friend while I'm there so they can go get social. You know what I'm saying? Like, go out. Let's meet people. Let's talk to people. You know what I'm saying? I like understanding people. A lot of people don't want to be understand. I feel like now. And even when it comes to like relationships, you get into the scene of like, oh, I'm too cool to be in a relationship. I'm too cool to be in love. Or I'm so heartbroken, ain't nobody getting up in this no more. Like
Right, exactly.
it's just so much like just people just traumatized. I'm traumatized. You know what I'm saying?
We all are.
Indeed.
No, honestly, you can't let that like
Generational
stop you
trauma.
from like trying to build a relationship. How would you say you kind of started putting yourself back out there?
I haven't. Really haven't. I go out on dates and stuff. Might go to a concert, might go out to eat. You know what I'm saying? Might go see some movies and stuff. But then it's just like it's just not clicking. It's not. I feel like I've been here so long. These scene of women that I come in contact normally are just I'm not gonna say recycling, but it's a feel of recycling because I know I date this girl. Then I find out this girl is a friend of my ex
This
or
nigga preaching right now.
so and so, and now I'm like,
Take your
this
time, Pastor.
person got problems with me and telling this girl that this, that, and the third, and I'm like, just to mess up my dating pool. It happened to me a lot. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
like,
yeah. And social media has made
Detroit
the
is a
world
small
smaller.
place too.
Yeah, Detroit's small as
in
fuck,
general.
honestly.
drop
The
a-
the black community, specifically in Detroit, is
Yes.
small as fuck too.
Which
drop
is
a
the
rock in
majority
that
of the
water,
community.
the ripples get going.
You ain't really been outside if you ain't at least had one girl tell you like, "Oh, I used to fuck with my friend." Like, damn, I ain't know y'all was
Yeah.
friends. I ain't know y'all was rocking like
I
that.
got set up in some of those situations. Two friends came at me two different ways, found out, go to a party. They the best friends for years since childhood. So
Man,
I'm like,
singer.
y'all ran game on me? God dang.
Oh,
I came
shit.
out trying to be friendly, have a good relationship.
Right. No, honestly.
I be getting caught up.
It's crazy.
Like
but
Usher.
again,
Feeling it.
Like Usher for real, caught
I'm
up. Like walk
losing
in
control.
and it be not even two, it be like 3, 4 old bops in there. You be like, and you just gotta lean to your man's like, nigga, we gotta get the fuck up out of here. We gotta slide. This shit getting too hot in here.
that makes sense.
Hot as the fire.
That's real shit.
I feel like social media doesn't help it though. I also feel like it's making people can stalk you and know that you are talking to someone. I usually find out sometimes through like mutuals or like things like that.
We
on
know too
social
much
media.
about each other. That's
Right,
the problem.
Exactly.
Yes.
So
We talk about this every week on the podcast, but you know how I
Yeah.
feel about all of this shit.
do you use like AI for your art? What do you think of people who use that?
I play with AI a lot, but it's more for my own personal like little giggles. Like I put in something like Michael Jackson action figure. You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
Look at to
That's
see
funny.
what it could create. You know what I'm saying? I be training. I got a personal AI with Mid Journey, so I just be creating. And I'll show y'all, but yeah.
Please,
Oh yeah, it's fun. I've been talking to. I got a bunch of AI friends. Shout out to all my AI homies. Y'all do some amazing work because that technology to really get it fluid
Yeah.
is crazy.
Yeah.
Right,
It is
exactly.
freaking crazy. But I love it.
That's so exciting, like the new age. Sorry, what were you gonna say?
No, I was thinking like we talk about AI, and I'm like, before we started the podcast, we was talking about conspiracies, and I'm like, no, they say the government is always 30 years ahead of us when it comes to technology, and they say AI is biblical, like AI was in the Bible. So, what is your opinion on like where we are headed as far as like technology and things like that? Elon Musk trying to put chips in niggas' brains and all of that shit.
But we want it.
We want
it. Because in the future, when they put in the actual chips fully in the people's brains, people gonna be going to go get it. So
True.
we want it. So we getting what we asked for. We didn't seen the Matrix. We didn't seen Terminator. We didn't seen RoboCop. We didn't seen Ex Machina.
For real though.
You know what I'm saying? We
Yeah.
didn't seen all these movies that tell us what happens when you have sex with a robot. What happens when you live in a fake reality, when you trying to live as a avatar. We live as avatars now. That's why with social media, we go by our social media handles. The reason why you gotta ask me, is Escada my real name? Is because most people we know aren't using their real names.
That's real.
Exactly. I mean, it's good to have an alter ego. I feel like that kind of like, motivates you almost. Like
It's also a safety thing too. There's a lot of crazy
safety
motherfuckers
thing
out
as well.
there.
I think that's actually the
There's some crazy
biggest one
motherfuckers
as
out
well. But like, but even with artists, like in the rap scene, like people have their rap name and their real name. And I just feel like it kind of channels another persona that's sometimes needed,
Yeah, like
that you need to like recall.
into,
Tap
yeah.
into if you need to. Yeah.
oh no, man. It's just like that AI shit, the Matrix, all of that shit. Shit scary.
I'm
That
about to show y'all something real quick. Hopefully
Exclusive.
I got this certain. Now
Exclusive.
this is one of my good homies, King Khan. He's from Europe. He just did recently a music video for JPEG Mafia. He just does a bunch of crazy. I'm gonna show you some of his AI work, and you say scary. I'm gonna show you what AI can
I
do.
don't know if I can watch this with y'all.
Wait,
Shout out to King Khan.
we'll put it on the. We'll try to.
This shit is scary. I ain't gonna cap.
But his whole thing is pretty much like
I can't show
you-
this to the saints of old. You show that to your mama, she gonna rebuke that whole phone.
It's basically AI horror and
Basically, that's what it
Yeah.
is.
literally very gory and
He wants
morbid.
you to. He sees the scariness within AI technology, and he puts that into an art form or technically a new horror genre.
There's some things we don't need to know or think about because I just saw some images that I've never thought about. And I'm like, damn, I didn't need to know that
You be reaching
was
out to me.
existing.
He's
Which
a
it
funny
doesn't
guy.
exist. It's just like really tapping into your imagination, which can run a little
AI is scary, man.
wild.
You see anything with the computers where it was like
you can utilize the AIs to do good. It's just
For real.
corrupt people get a hold of it. Only thing you need to do now, make sure good people get a hold of it and utilize it in
Yeah.
a good way.
corrupt people been had hold all of this shit. That's the fucked up part.
They
You know what I'm
have. You
saying?
said mark of the beast. We've been marked by the beast a long time ago. We are dealing with.
We're living in hell right now. Hell is already on Earth.
We are in the state that we want to choose to be in. If you choose to say you are in hell, you're in hell. I don't think I'm in hell. I think I'm in a place of existence that is just coherent with what's going on around me.
Right.
I'm glad hell got bad bitches. That's all.
Always. I don't know how you guys come up with what's hip and what's gonna hit.
It's never hip. It's just you just do a bunch of random shit and throw it at the wall, and one thing might stick, and you be like, "That's it." That is what we need to be doing right there. Some artists a little bit way more thoughtful, to more anal about what they're working on, what they're putting out. Those,
Catering to like the popular demand of things. Do you do that at all, or do you just always stick to your style?
I
And let
stick
them
to
come to you.
I stick to what's relevant in the social and political world for sure. But when it comes to the hype shit, like hype culture, clothing and stuff like that, I've always been a clothing designer and designer of clothes and stuff like that, and helping. I used to design dresses and stuff.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, shout out to Devin the Church Fine Dress. I used to work hand in hand with her on creating dresses and stuff like that.
I've seen some of your merch because I went on your site and I'm like, did you design your merch as well?
Everything.
So cool.
Everything you see on my timeline, I designed by
You have
myself.
hoodies and like, you don't have dresses, but you have
I
hats
wish I
and
did.
bags.
That'd be hard.
Do you have shoes?
I design on shoes. I don't have shoes.
Okay, because your shoes are, you kind of doodled a bit on your shoes. Not doodled, but drew.
I know I for sure doodle.
Yeah.
I dropped paint on the other shoe right here, and then I was painting for a Levi photo shoot, and they was like, get messy, just do your thing, and it just like they was like mess up the pants, and when I messed up the pants, that's where you see how this is actually my handprint, because I wiped my hand on my shoe, and then I just I designed it up a little bit. I was like, well, shit, if I'm going to have these boots now and they all fucked up, might as well make the fuck up look good.
Yeah, that's fire.
Yeah. Where do you usually like draw your inspiration from when you come up with like ideas? Is it something that triggers you, or something you hear, or
Spirituality.
listen to, or something? I don't know.
Spirituality. I love a lot of tribal art. I grew up with a lot of tribal art in my household, and clowns. So that's where
Clowns.
yeah, my mom is a clown.
Why you say it like that?
That's not. I was like, yes, tribal art, cool. I'm like, you lost me. Clowns. I hate clowns.
Clowns and tribal art honestly goes hand in hand. They're damn near like the same creature, just on different ends of it. You have the smooth jazz, browns, earth tones. And then on that polar opposite end is
Yeah.
clowns. You know what I'm saying? That my mom, she just used to love it. She is just so cultured within art, and like she had like the black clowns, with the more dramatic poses, like Jack. It was,
Wow.
yeah, she had a nice blend, but then she had like an area with her stuff, like she had this one freaking Halloween mask that I used to just love to death. It was like this super freaking scary clown mask with the teeth just like
Jesus.
super jagged.
I actually would
It's
probably
crazy.
love that.
No, it was beautiful. It used to be terrifying. but as
You
I
should
got
have
older-
worn that for the Halloween episode.
Yeah, I was some other shit for Halloween. I don't even know what that was.
That shit
was
was
you?
scary as
It
well.
was scary as well.
So were you?
It was some type of demonic skull creature mask she had that we was wearing on
So
here.
you're right, exactly.
What
But
were
your
you following?
parents, I was Austin Powers.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, go
Groovy.
check out
Glasses.
episode, was that 8?
8,
Episode 8.
Ocho.
Halloween
Right.
episode.
Wait, so if your parents are into all this gore and stuff, like, are you religious? Are they Christian as well?
I was raised Roman Catholic.
They were Catholics.
Yeah, I love Catholicism.
Interesting.
Catholicism is like, even though I'm a agnostic right in my current state of life now, but at the time growing up in the church and stuff, I love it. The art of Catholicism is what made me like it even more. You know, and the understanding and the breaking downs of like the terms that we use normally in all facets of religion, you know what I'm saying? The difference between worship and praise, you know, stuff like that.
Exactly.
They get really specific, you know. And I like specifics, so I'm like, oh man, it's a vibe, you know what I'm saying? We doing the hymns, the hums when we were in church, you know, it's just so I'd be in there just vibing.
And the architecture is beautiful. Like you'll look up and it's like the glass is like colorful and all
Amazing.
that
I
stuff.
went to Saint Cecilia, if you're familiar with
Oh,
Saint
yeah.
Cecilia. Saint Cecilia, that motherfucker. I love Saint Cecilia. But yeah, and then I went to Bishop Borges as well for school. That was pretty cool. You know, they was a little bit lame, but on the spiritual aspect of things.
Yeah.
But like overall, like the institution of Bishop Borges was dope. It became what, Covenant, I believe. But yeah.
Wait, so in Catholic school, like, do they talk about Halloween?
Yeah.
What do they say about like Halloween and demons and
It's
stuff?
fun.
Oh, they're like, they like do it.
Yeah, it's fun. You know?
Join them.
Join them.
They're like, you know, I mean, church is scary in general. So, I mean,
Honestly, the Book of Revelations. I don't know if you've.
Hey, listen.
Gave me
in
nightmares.
We in the book of Revelations.
Yeah. Oh my God, we are in the end times for real anyway.
So you mentioned that you agnostic now. What drove you to be agnostic now?
throughout like my middle school years to like my early 20s, I just was learning a lot about a lot of religions, the politics of religions, the trying to figure out the true essence of the history of where it all derives from, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's us. So it's kind of like, you know, it's been washed over so many thousands and thousands and thousands of years and being like one of my biggest messages that I like right now is remember remember Egypt is in Africa, because a lot of people don't know that Egypt is in Africa,
Right.
which is, to me, that's insane.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's literally right there. You know,
Right.
at the tippity top.
Where else would it
of
be? Like,
Right. But I mean, we
If
do
people think the
separate like
Middle East.
Egyptians. We're like always like Egyptians. We never call them Africans. They
yeah,
always have
like
their
its
own
thing.
like,
That's
yeah.
real.
They call them Egyptians, but you know,
Right.
in the end of the day, they all on the same landmass. You know, they
You look into Buddhism at all?
yeah, Buddhism. I feel like Buddhism was just that was so fast because it's just that like know how to get into oneness teaching. You know what I'm saying? So it was like it didn't take me too long to really fully understand and engage on putting myself into that mindset of believing what they believe. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not. I wouldn't even put it as a belief. It's more like a
practice.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, can
Will
you do
Hill.
this?
Yeah,
I'm with
it is
you.
but I mean, the definition of religion, honestly, is just like believing in some sort of higher power than us. So,
But now you
they
believe it's
believe
no
in
higher
energies. Well, like energy is a
That's
power.
where my
No,
agnostic aspect come in, because it's like I believe the higher power is right in front of us. You're the higher power. You're the higher power. He's the higher power. You know, I'm the higher power. It's just the higher power, the creation, existence is in the now. It's right here in our face. And I just was like, shit, I watch a woman give birth, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, that's some pretty high freaking power. You took the data information from his nutsack, shot into you to create a woman turned into a 3D printer, pretty much, and tried to take your data information and constitute a human using her program software
Yeah.
to put that all together.
when you put it that way, that is kind of
Hey,
crazy.
I ain't never heard
And
broke
cool as
down
fuck.
like
I
that,
mean,
you know?
honestly, the human experience is kind of trippy and magical as is. So it makes sense that we are the gods, quote unquote, not.
Well, it's
Earth
like
is
they say
alive.
we're like just the universe experiencing itself. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
like the fingers on the same hand, all talking to each other, but it's still the same hand, basically.
It's a circle. It's the circle of life.
Hey, I was
What
just go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, what do your parents do? Because like they seem to be into art as well, like at least decorating if they were decorating and putting all these clowns around the house.
So
Like, did they decorate for other holidays as well too?
my mom, she's currently passed away. She passed away 4 years now. My dad,
Condolences.
thank you. My dad, he is not a artist in any shape or form. He is a understanding of art business, and he's understanding of business. Business is his art. He's a community leader. He owns a herbal shop off of Puritan and a lodge called Nile Valley Water. So he's like within like holistic medicines and stuff like that. So he's a little bit more on a different playing field as my mom. My mom was more of like artsy, music, dance, all this stuff. Her family is all of that, you know. Both my parents' families are Native American, Native Black Americans. The only reason I'm saying black is so you understand, like,
Exactly.
there is a
Yeah.
difference between that and this, you know. But yeah, it's cool to see the different aspects, because when I talk about art with my dad, he's like, I don't know nothing about art, but I know how to sell it. You know, I'm like,
Right,
that's
exactly.
what I
Need that.
learned from. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like turning art into a business. I still have my artistic ways that make it not as exact as his, because if I would let my dad just take what I do, he would get full everything that he needs from what I do. And I know that to be a fact, because that's how skilled he is in business.
Yeah.
Before we get off the topic of religion, I wanted to ask, because I was having a conversation the other day, what you think about like polygamous relationships. And I asked because I'll have a conversation with like one of the passport bros or somebody who was open relationships or polygamy, and they'll be like, show me a strong male figure in the Bible that didn't have multiple wives. You know what I'm saying? They'll run down a list of men throughout the Bible who had 5, 6, 7, 100 wives. And even in Islam, you know, they talk about having multiple wives. So what is your opinion on that?
Yeah, that's a nice question you got there.
Lord.
I'll be asking them, man.
Now,
Let them know.
I look at it like this. Yeah, people in the Bible for sure had in history had multiple women, multiple wives, multiple lovers, you know what I'm saying? But that's a more, I feel like it falls into one of those self-control things. You know what I'm saying? Can you control being with all these women? Can you control yourself and do this the right way? If it can be done well, I say do it. If you don't understand, or you're immature, or don't really get what you are investing into, don't do it. You know, I respect all forms of relationships. Would I do open relationship where like she goes out, I go out, and then we come back together? That's dangerous. And I say that's dangerous on the end of health more than anything, because it's like you don't know what that person has. You don't know what that person has. But now I'm more leaning towards, if you are going to bring in more parties into your relationship, make it into one relationship. You know what I'm saying? Where if you got two girlfriends, they're with each other, you're with both of them. It's not you two against her, or you two against that, or them two against you. You know, I don't believe in that, because that's just messy. Why you want to be in mess? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Exactly.
No real.
that's goofy, you know. I've been, if I'm to talk about my sex life, I've done threesomes and shit like that. And, you know, I understand those. I've had threesomes, and a good amount of those, to be able to say, like, I get why women don't want that situation to occur that much. It's a sense of, you're a good man, and your girl that's been with you longer than this girl that came in, see you just plowing her down, you know what I'm saying? And it look like that's some passionate dick. You know, she gonna be like, no, that's mine. That's
Yeah,
mine.
no, it does. It takes a certain level of like power to like to handle both. A lot. I was
Buzzing
in
it
my
down.
head. I'm like, oh my god, all the artsy men in the city, whores.
They're all the same. I'm over here thinking like, that nigga said on many occasions, on many moons. I've had a couple. I have a number of. I can't even count how many threesomes I have had.
Nah, I can count. It's not been like no absurd
he's
amount.
just-
I was crazy.
It's
Really
just,
just-
I'm open I'm real sex positive. You know what I'm saying? Because if I'm transparent about my sex life, you know my history. I've been in situations where women hiding their sex lives from me, and I gotta find out, this girl, wow, I wish I would have knew that at the beginning.
For all my real niggas watching this, that bitch is on go. She ain't on go for you, but that bitch on go. I don't care what they say. I don't care how much she go to church, how good she sing. That bitch is on go. These bitches is freaks for the right nigga. If you the right nigga, that bitch is on go.
For
Just
sure.
letting y'all know, I had the public service announcement. That bitch is on
And
go.
for the
It's also
women out
vice
there,
versa.
if he wanted to, he would.
Yes.
These men are romantic and giving and generous for
True.
the girlies they want.
That's the veil we put
Because
on.
a lot of guys do treat women like objects. So
Yeah,
if they're treating you like you're disposable, they probably don't like.
That's
you
a
know?
different type of man, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's different type. It's a man that can go out and be with another woman and have no sense of romantic attachment to her. And he didn't just throw her out. He sees her and could perceive her as a friend or a close associate or somebody he care about. It's just not his person. It's not his wife. It's not the woman he actually loves. You know, your wife, your spouse, your person, they could get mad fucking annoying.
Yeah.
To the point to where you'd be like, I'd choke this motherfucker out while they sleep if I could. But I ain't. I'm just going to go cheat. And then I'm going to come back and I'm going to be
Both are
happy.
bad.
I was gonna go cheat. That bitch lucky I'm cheating. Cause I could be on the first 48.
Yeah.
Bitch.
We doing this. We doing this.
Bitch. That's how
another
Detroit
way.
niggas say, bitch. This what the B gotta bounce off your chest.
Now,
Bitch.
if you're going to have that type of relationship to where you feel the need that you got to go out and have sexual relations with somebody else, you know, I feel like you need to have that conversation with your partner. You know what I'm saying? Because now you could be bringing something back dangerous into your household. You know, like I said before, it's a health thing for me too. Really heavily on. That's what keeps me out the streets. I've been a safe sex person for a long time. Like, nah, you don't need a condom. I'd be like, nope, give me that condom. Pop. Blow that,
yeah.
hit that boy on.
Bitch, like, you don't need to call. I was scared of this bitch. I'm leaving. You scaring the niggas now. I'm out of here. Bitch talking about, no, you don't need a condom. How many times you done said that, bitch?
Exactly.
How many times you done said that?
And I just
Fuck out of here.
I just don't believe in that messy stuff, man. It's not for me. It's never been for me. Like I said, I respect people relationships. I done dove into a lot of different ways to do relationships up until this point. Now I'm cool. I ain't pressing nothing. If you don't want a relationship, you ain't get out of a relationship. You want a relationship, let's build up into it. People be hopping these relationships within freaking less than 4 months now.
I was gonna ask you also if you think there's like wrong person or right person, wrong timing.
Yeah, for sure. One of my exes, I used to be immensely infatuated with for like a long time before we got together. We maintained a really strong friendship for a really long time. Same type of nerd, all that jazz, passionate to a high degree. A very beautiful, gorgeous, sexy woman, established within her industry of medium, you know what I'm saying? But due to the time frame of like my mom, she was passing away. I just had a lot of transitional stuff happening in my life. I was running from myself, you know, running from my own emotions and stuff like that, to the point where it ended in a bad way. But in the end, we came back together like years later and had a very beautiful moment. And it was like one of those good goodbyes, though. You know, it was like this is actually the it of our full chapter of coming back, leaving, you know what I'm saying? And it was just like, and it took me a minute to even understand that that's what that moment was. And it helped me appreciate it when I really sat down and gazed, like, why did she just do that to me? And just like, we broke up, she went, dated, blah, blah, came back, we had this beautiful moment, then she just poof. But it's like, she needed that moment. I needed that moment.
Closure.
Yeah.
Were you guys in a relationship, like boyfriend, girlfriend?
Yeah, we was dating for a good while, and then came to an end. It was my fault. I would say it's definitely my fault on that end of things, because I just didn't know how to balance my emotions. I didn't understand boundaries with my emotions either, you know. And I appreciate it, though. I appreciate the experience of being in that vulnerable state and allowing someone to see me in my low states. You know what I'm saying? Because it helps me when I go into my future relationships, I can be more vulnerable way easier. My last relationship is what put me into that, like, that mode of like, let me understand you. I just want to understand, because I don't feel like I have enough time to understand before I just throw a title to somebody. You know what I'm saying? It's just, I don't trust that title just getting flinged up on them.
Because the title is just a title. You feel me? Like, obviously, it's levels to it, but, you know.
Because if you my girl, you my girl.
You're right.
If somebody asks me, is that your girl? Hell yeah.
You know that's me.
Women, make them make it official and ask, not you my girl.
No, definitely.
Spoken
you
like
not,
a true art
for,
man.
For women, we definitely not together until you hear the words, you my girlfriend. But at the same time, you know it's a level before you officially the girlfriend where you know y'all exclusive. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like, you know how we rocking right here.
Yeah.
In a perfect world, but you know, there's a lot of like we're dating in a different.
It's a gray area.
Era.
It's a lot of nuances.
Right, exactly.
You liking bitch picture? It's all that. It's all the bullshit.
And it makes you more available to people if you're like, oh yeah, I'm very much single. Like, you know.
I don't tell them that. I'm in a full on. If we're talking, me and her are having a personal conversation, we ain't get to that level to where I want to use that title when we're speaking. But if I'm out in the world, respectfully, this is my girlfriend, yes. This is my woman, yes. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is who I'm with. This is who I am building up to. And it will operate as such. But when we're behind closed doors, it's like, but listen, I'm still trying to understand you.
Right.
I'm still trying to really figure this out because we've been having this rough patch over here.
It's never gonna end even when you guys are boyfriend.
I'm saying if I don't even like taking hoes in public. So if I get to the point where I even want to go out with you, you have reached a certain level of me fucking with you. Like if we go out together, we are together. You feel me? Like we in the store, we in the we somewhere. I'm going to act like this is my girl. You feel me?
And I rarely date, and I have a shit ton of female friends. So anytime that I go out, someone thinking I'm dating. You know,
100%. No, I feel.
I'll be with a gangle of women, and I'm just really the only
gangle.
I'm just the only guy there.
There's a lot of things in this podcast I'm coming up with, man. First of all, I ain't never had a threesome. I've been in the streets longer than all these niggas. Fuck going on, man?
It's
I need to get on a threesome itinerary.
That divine feminine, man. It's a powerful source. When you know how to concede to that source, that's when that source come to you.
I used to date a girl. She told me, I asked her a question. I like asking women, tell me one thing I don't know about you. And she told me that she had a threesome with two men. I said, so you told me you got a train ran on you.
Is that how you guys think of it?
Fuck yeah. What the hell?
I had a female friend that redefined my thinking on that. You know, I could say that for sure, but it's depending on how you going about the situation. If you going to just get plowed down, yes, train. If you're trying to create an intimate moment with these two dudes who may also be a little, they on a little side, you know what I'm saying? It's a different situation. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of.
You know how Detroit hoes is though. Detroit hoes is drunk at a party, getting bust down, and he was like, "Can my mans come in?" That's how it be. That be the setup. It don't be nothing luxurious about it.
That's the rats though. You talking about rats?
Nothing luxurious about it.
You talking about rats though. If you talking about somebody who really like understands their sexuality, understands their maturity.
You talking about girls lighted incense and prayed before the niggas walked in. You talking about
not
they
even.
poured ashes out.
Just an intelligent woman.
That's real.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You gotta respect the power, you know what I'm saying? If she had the pull to get two niggas to get in that situation and be staring at each other, looking at each other like, we doing this to her together. I see your ball sack slapping against her cooch, bro.
Scared of y'all niggas.
That's why with sex parties and shit and all this stuff.
Oh my God, a sex party. You ever been to a sex party?
I've been hired to be at a sex party to live body paint. You don't remember me?
I remember you body painting. I didn't know that was at sex parties.
I used to do that strip club.
You body
painted
party. At a sex party?
I've been to sex parties, strip clubs. I've done, yeah. I get invites just to come hang out at sex. My homies that throwing it, like, yeah, bro, just come out and get some drinks. You know what I'm saying?
I can see that though. The people
I
who
don't got
do
no
that, they
homies
think
like
it's
that.
art.
Why
it's
don't I
art
get
though
invited for that?
to be
Shout out
inspired
to
by
Ben Jones.
naked bodies.
The poet?
Ben Jones is a poet.
Oh, okay.
I forgot about that. See, you know,
cool.
my association with Ben has
interesting
always been his sex parties. I remember he used to do the poet, but I forget that it's like, you know, that's his main, like the Mississippi Muds and all that
That's
shit.
crazy.
Yeah.
Man, we appreciate you coming on the podcast, man. You gotta come back because we gotta chop it up about some more shit. We could do this all night. Let the people know where they could find you on all your platforms.
You can find me on Instagram under Darklord, one word, underscore Escada, Escada. And if you want to find like my merch and stuff, that's all in my link in bio. Also check out my music if you can, underneath my actual name, Escada Gordon, with a O-N at the end of Gordon. My project I just released like last year. It's been doing streaming numbers like crazy. It's called Pouring Under My Mattress. Check it out. It's just a raw, intimate tape, just about my true emotions and things of that nature. Yeah.
It's so cool. You guys can find us on the People Mover Pod on TikTok, Instagram, and X. And then you can find Malcolm.
And Malcolm Elliott Music, malcolmelliotmusic.com. Let's clap it up for Escada again, man. Episode 10. Episode 10, we made it here, man.
Get out there and love y'all. So
Check in with us every week for more episodes here on the People Mover Podcast. Let's do this. Let's go.